What up, good people? Back with today's reflection. Today's reflection, I want to talk about why so many of us struggle within our marriage. And I think it's because a lot of times, we don't go into marriage with a purpose. And, we don't plan, for our marriages. And like they say, if you fail to plan, then plan to fail. And that's with anything. And then the last of all, I think a lot of us don't have a real good reference of what a real, true covenant marriage is supposed to be. A lot of our parents, wasn't married. If we were lucky enough to have grandparents that were married, they didn't really teach us the principles or tips and goals to stay married, to be in a happy marriage, to be in a growing marriage. They just showed us that just stick together, just stay together, no matter what. And that's not really teaching us a whole lot about, going through the ups and downs that we often go through within our marriages. And so, what I think we got to start focusing on is what did God expect from a marriage? So, anytime we get married, right, we only looking at the man and the woman. Very rare, unless we real in tune, both parties are real in tune with God, are we including God into our marriages. See, if we include God into our marriage, and then we start looking at our spouses in a different light. Instead of us always looking to be pleased in our marriages or to please our spouse in our marriages, we're looking to make God happy in the marriage first. So how can I please God by pleasing my spouse? If we look to do that first, then it'll be easy for us to stay with a covenant in the kingdom and a godly marriage. We got to understand that it's a reason why divorce rates are so high. It ain't just because people ain't getting along. It ain't because people don't want to be married. It ain't because people don't love each other. It's because it's a higher power. It's a principality. It's a different spirit that wants us to be in divorce, that wants us separated, that wants us to create that dissension amongst the families, because Satan knows that when the two become one, you can create a lot of things, you can build a lot of things. God can use that covenant to enhance his kingdom, and Satan knows that, and so he does everything in his power to try to create dissension between man and woman. That's why you got this red pill, blue pill, man versus woman, all this kind of different rhetoric that just creates division instead of us trying to create unity amongst each other. So we got to get back to kingdom covenant marriages.